Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy, a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and for children with bad parents. Adult language will be used, and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. This week, filling your ears with harsh laughter, is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
Me, Ethan. I don't know if I'm gonna laugh at all. I've just been laughed out. So
I've been laughed out. If you want to hear him get laughed out, go to our Patreon. Yes. You can use the link in the description, and you'll hear us laughing.
I did laugh, yes.
Help us get Tyler to play D&D again.
That's all the Patreon is at this point.
That's exactly all it is.
It's me standing on a street corner with a hat, shaking it.
He's fucking panhandling out here, people. Give him some fucking money.
I got 4 pennies in that bitch going, help, please.
I'll put like a loose button in there.
Some pocket lint.
Some pocket lint.
Soda, like a
here's
bottle cap.
You need this in the nuclear winter.
Here's an expired Wendy's coupon. See if you can get that to work.
You know that would work. There's like some like person who's done with the day.
Yeah.
Who's just like, yeah, whatever.
Fuck it. Knowing my luck, I'd get caught with the guy that's like, I gotta call the police on you, sir, trying to use an expired Wendy's coupon.
Just takes their job too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably punch that person and make the police job worth
What are they even gonna do to them if they use an expired coupon? They're
Nothing.
not gonna do nothing.
They're gonna say this
like,
isn't valid.
Like you shouldn't give away free food.
Yeah.
Like it's like no one was gonna eat it anyway.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. People only come here for Frosties.
Frosties and French
No,
fries.
honestly, I really like Wendy's, so I'm not gonna say that.
Wendy's nut slap your face.
Hey, you bitch.
Fucking got him. Got him.
I have something for you. Suck it.
Fucking D-Generation X.
Suck it.
God, I fucking love the Attitude Era of WWE.
It's the best.
It literally is.
Speaking of podcasts,
We're starting a WWE podcast.
I could start a wrestling podcast, no problem.
yeah,
You'd be
Imagine.
surprised.
I'm going home if you do that.
The thought of like doing a sports podcast has crossed my mind, and then I'm like, we could talk about WWE forever.
Yeah.
To cover the fill of when there's nothing else to
You'd
watch.
have to. I mean, it would work because you'd have to explain to me because I don't know anything about it.
About wrestling?
Sports.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah.
Sports ball.
Well, ball go in, hoop, net, over fence, good.
Past
Does that
line.
work in
Past line.
every game? All
Pretty
of
much.
those?
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
generally that's how it
Pretty
works.
much?
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right.
It goes in a hoop, a net, over line, over a fence. It's good.
Yeah. That's roughly accurate.
Yeah. Just like shouting goal
Although there
in
are
baseball.
times where it gets so much more complicated than that.
But that's like the base.
Yeah. But
Score more point than other team.
Yeah. That's you say that. My Uncle Ronnie, who has won several state championships, that was what he would tell the boys. You got to put that orange round thing in that orange round hole up there more than the other team does.
you know who's good at basketball? Bards.
Are they good?
No,
I didn't
they're
know
terrible.
Well, I know one bard that's good at
That.
basketball.
I would think they're the cheerleader.
That's fair.
Troy Bolton.
Oh, I've never once thought of High School Musical
In the D&D
in
context.
a D&D context, but
I've
fuck.
heard that
Yes.
before.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I can't stop it.
You can't.
I have no power here.
Anyway, we're gonna look at Bard.
Yes,
Just like we did with Barbarian, which I'm assuming.
it will come out before Bard.
Okay.
I promise
All
I
right.
won't put this shit out. in a weird order.
Alphabetically.
It's alphabetical, so it's fine. Anyway, we're looking at it like we did that.
Bold of
So
you to assume I know my alphabet.
Yeah.
again, originally we were just going to go through, look at what we wanted to change, but Baldur's Gate 3 did it for us. So we're just we're going to look at the changes between 5e Bard and Baldur's Gate 3 Bard. Have either one of you played Bard?
Negative.
All.
No.
All right. in one of the campaigns that I've been playing, I'm playing a swords bard, and in one of the other campaigns, my friend Joda has been playing a lore bard. And so I've seen quite a bit of it, but haven't interacted just all the way through with bard myself. So but we can look at the changes. So who wants to read? You want me to read?
I can't read.
You just read the last one.
Oh, it's the podcast. You read it. You understand the bard more than...
So, bardic inspiration charges are now equal to 1 plus your proficiency bonus instead of your charisma modifier, which means that they generally increase more as you level.
Instead of staying at a standstill.
You'll have fewer at the beginning, but more at the end.
Yes.
Usually.
Like 1 more.
Yeah.
Is that just like how many you have?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, charges. I'm stupid.
Then the one that was big for me was Song of Rest now gives the effect of a short rest once per long rest, instead of its original effect, does not receive further improvements. So, in Baldur's Gate, you are allotted only 2 short rests per long rest. With a bard in your party, you were allotted 2 short rests, or three short rests between a long rest, which is kind of nice, especially when you're running a party that works on a lot of stuff, which there are a lot of changes in Baldur's Gate 3 to what you get back at a short rest. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice.
If you're playing one that is short rest not dependent, but
Yeah.
appreciative.
Yeah. So if you have like a fighter in your party, it's super nice.
Yeah.
All right. And then you've got Counter Charm now lasts 3 turns instead of 1, which is really nice. You can apply it and they can wait to use it for something good instead of having to use it immediately. It's a lot better. It's still not that impressive an ability, but
It's better than the pile of shit it was before.
it was pretty awful at 1 turn. Like, you just guess when it's going to happen
Yeah.
as an action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think that this should be a reaction.
That just nullifies it.
Yeah. Should just be like a free counterspell.
Yeah, on like certain
Yeah.
spells that inflict like the charmed condition.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Or anything that requires you to make a saving throw, maybe. And then magical secrets are now restricted to a specific list of spells instead of a free buffet of spells. Shield, for example, is no longer available. I think this was on part because there weren't as many spells to choose from because they didn't put all the 5e spells in the game, and on part because they wanted to kind of nerf it a little bit because Magical Secrets is super powerful.
It's good. I don't know how good additional magical secrets is good.
Yeah.
I don't know how good really regular magical secrets is at level 10. You're not going to take shield. You're going to take something way more powerful like Wall of Fire or Wall of Force.
I don't know. It depends. If you're having problems with staying alive, maybe you're playing on, like if you're on Baldur's Gate 3 and you're playing on tactics, maybe it would be more viable.
Tactic. Who plays on that shit?
I do.
Bitch, shut up. You don't even play on balanced.
You
And then
goddamn right.
we got Jack of all trades does not apply to initiative rolls.
This is a travesty.
I don't think it makes that big of a difference in all around.
But why?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think it makes a difference one way or the other.
It definitely does make a difference, but how much of a difference, who knows? But
Is it enough to matter?
You're talking about instead of being like 2/3 of the way down the order or a third of the way down the order, you're 2/3 of the way down the order. It's a difference. I don't know why they took it out. I don't think it makes that big of a difference.
Just to me, it's just like one of those odd things. They're like, actually, initiative matters a lot in this game, so we're not going to let you just get free initiative.
You're not going to always be at the top.
These might change over time. What level do you get Jack of all trades?
2.
That's why.
That's probably why I get it.
Because
It's
you
a
don't dip into it as a rogue and get your assassin's thing. You don't dip into it and just boost yourself to the top when there are fights where it is important that the boss goes first for thematic reasons.
Yeah. I think most of those they just set you as the boss goes first.
They don't.
They don't?
No, because
No.
you haven't played on the Assassin Hysterian, have you? So, no, there's a lot of times where you
I know there
trump the boss.
There are definitely certain fights where you are forced to go 1st. Like they will force you. All of your entire party go grouped at once at the beginning, and I'm like,
that's if you achieve surprise round.
Not really. No, it's not a surprise round.
I have definitely done that, and the whole party went first.
No, I'm saying on the initiative thing, you're all there together. Like you all have the same initiative.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a
They could have
fight.
just. Oh,
Nope.
I just haven't got there yet,
It's the last fight, and it makes you all 4 of you go first.
which kind of sucks.
It's not great. That's why it sucks.
That's kind of weird.
It is. That's why I said I know there are specific
'Cause it's
instances where they
Because it's
tie-
better if the party is spread
Yeah.
out through the order.
where they
turn order?
specifically make
As
you
people
go first.
move, it works out better that you can move
You
somebody
can
else.
react to things as they're happening instead of you all go and then they all go and then you all go. Yeah, it's that's not so great.
it's just
That feels more like Final Fantasy. It's kind of
That's pretty much what it is.
yeah. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm not,
It's just that's the only one I know that for sure because I save scummed it.
right.
Not even save scummed it, but I failed, so I had to.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of major changes outside of Song of Rest. I don't think to base Bard because base Bard is a full spellcaster. It doesn't get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it has like 3 abilities
Yeah.
that it gets, and there's not a whole lot. They're all pretty good except for Counter Charm, and they tried to change it, and it still is only kind of shit.
Marginally better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Instead of full of shit, it's kind of a half a shit.
It should still be. I think it should still be a reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot in that game though that, and this happens to me in tabletop as well, that you see or you have and you just forget about it.
Yeah.
Like
I having played a bard in the tabletop, never ever once used Counter Charm or had the even fucking the opportunity.
yeah,
No.
Captain
It's
Scratch.
Not that
never
that
did.
was Ethan's fault. It's just a really stupid ability.
The way it's put together is not good. This is when I was working up the original thing. This is one of the things I talked about was
with
counter
changing
charm.
Counter Charm.
It really just needs to be counter spell. That the level of the counter spell
Especially since you
goes
don't
up as you level.
especially since you don't get counterspell as a bard unless you take it
Right.
with magical secrets.
It would have been really nice just to have it worked into the class as a class ability.
Well, even if it's like a situational niche counterspell, like only on, like you said, spells that force a saving throw,
spells that force a saving throw,
like
or,
on maybe like a mental ability, like a wisdom, intelligence, charisma saving throw.
or you could choose types even, and maybe the type, maybe the different.
Make them pick a type at a short rest.
Right, and maybe like Lore Bard gets to choose an additional type.
Maybe.
Maybe some of the others get additional things added on to the counter charm to make it better. Could add more flavor to the subclasses. There's a lot of stuff you could do with that would have been interesting instead of whatever they did with it in 5e, and then
Which is
marginally
essentially is just a ribbon ability. Like
But the great thing about Baldur's Gate is that could change.
they
with
could
updates.
change it. I don't
Yeah.
see them changing it. I just don't.
Not until the next game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see them changing it until the next game. Or if they do come out with
some expansion.
some expansion that may be just a new like adventure
Yeah.
you could do in a different place.
Which they've said they want to do more.
And then we're only going to talk about the three colleges, which is the subclasses for Bard that were in Baldur's Gate. There's some others, but a lot of the others actually work fairly well, especially on tabletop, that I don't think they need a lot of looking at, even though a couple of them do need a little bit. But Lore Bard's the one we're going to talk about first, which is College of Lore. It's bonus proficiencies. Instead of 3 proficiencies of your choice, you now get proficiencies with Arcana, Intimidation, and Sleight of Hand.
It's a weird.
I think it's a weird thing.
It's a like the
Why
weird
not just
set.
give you the choice?
Why not give you the choice? Why those three? Those three don't make sense to me. Like, why wouldn't it be like Arcana, History, Religion, or something?
I don't know why being well studied makes you good at intimidation.
You just
Like Arcana, I could see sleight of hand. I could almost like if you've been taught like certain things, I guess.
Magic
Arcana
tricks.
definitely makes sense.
Arcana makes sense, 100%. Intimidation, you could probably justify if it's one of those things like you've read so much, you know how to manipulate everybody.
What happens if you already have intimidation, sleight of hand, or Arcana?
Tough
just-
titty,
it
you're
just-
out of luck.
Yeah.
It's just out the window.
Which I think that's how something that we should also that should be changed in the game is that if you were to get that from background,
It is like
and you get expertise.
expertise, the ability to choose another skill. Because it just,
I mean, that's how we normally do it. Is just choose another one.
that's how it's supposed to be in the tabletop, and at least in Baldur's Gate 3, I'm pretty sure it just goes, you just already have that proficiency. Tough
Yeah.
titty,
Yeah,
Yeah.
tough shit. You're out of luck.
Tough titty said the kitty because the milk went dry.
Okay. I think that you're right. I've always kind of thought that about expertise. I think other people should be able to get expertise in things outside of rogue and bard.
Well, especially if it's like a background, it would allow you, not allow you, I guess allow you is a good word for it. It would allow you to take a background,
And synergize it with your class.
yes,
That,
and
like-
not feel the need to go, okay, I have to take this one so that I can not have two intimidations. Or something like that. It lets you take it and say, okay,
like,
well,
I'm
now I just have expertise. and
Double dipping
intimidation.
on athletics. I'm an expert in athletics.
Yeah.
I can suplex people on their head.
What?
Yeah.
And then I can get up and tell them, suck
As a
it.
wizard,
As a wizard. Bitch.
muscle mage.
Cast fist.
Beat me to it.
All right. The only other thing about Lore Bard that really was a major change was Magical Secrets. Has the same restrictions as the base class abilities, which, again, I think, like you said before, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. And I think that the restrictions were just to make sure that, I think that they were just to make sure that some of the other classes had niche spell
Yeah.
choices.
Because I'm assuming they locked, well, based on the level, they knocked out some of the popular regular magical secret choices of like Swift Quiver, Fine Steed, because those spells aren't even in the game.
Right.
That's what a lot of people,
Unless you use mods.
unless you use mods.
Because there are mods that have every spell
There are
for
mods.
D&D.
But that's really it for Lore Bard. I don't think Lore Bard needs a lot of changing
No.
itself to begin with.
It's really good.
It's really good. It's a really, really, really nice spellcaster class in 5e. It doesn't need a lot of work. I'm not sure how it compares to the Pathfinder stuff
I don't know either.
because I haven't really got to look at. I don't even remember. Is it called Bard?
Yeah, it's bored.
Yeah. I haven't really got to look at Bard at all either. So, College of Valor is the second one for Baldur's Gate 3, and there were no changes.
None?
I think it may be the only one that didn't have any changes. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Because I'm playing a Valor Bard. Well, I was playing about Valor Bard. I recently retired Rex.
Rex Snackles.
But
Don't worry, bitch. Lurk's back.
Oh,
yeah. What doing?
what do?
I'll do it.
He's back with intelligence.
Yeah.
What?
He had intelligence before he left.
14
What?
Yeah.
from 6.
Yeah.
It was 6 because you took that role intentionally.
Yeah. Anyway,
The disrespect.
yeah, but in Baldur's Gate 3, the way the combat functions, I think College of Valor works really well. I think there's a better choice because it works almost identically with other stuff added on. And that's the next subclass, which is College of Swords, which is...
It was it was always weird to me that they put both of the melee bards in here. It was just weird.
They should have taken one out because basically their bardic inspiration works exactly the same.
Yeah.
In this, so
I
don't know
It
what
was
they
always weird to me that like they didn't have like College of Eloquence in here. In a game that is reliant on a lot of role play stuff, like
a lot of persuasions, intimidations, and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
give us an eloquence bard. I would totally play
someone
that
who
for-
just get through any situation by
Yeah.
talking out of it.
literally talk anybody into killing themselves.
Yeah, I think I only did that to one person. That was a fiend. So
Yeah, because you just murdered everybody else.
Yeah, you're just
they're not all dead.
just
I have party members.
slightly maimed.
I think between all 7 campaigns you're in,
Yeah.
you have killed everybody.
I've killed everybody at least once,
At least.
and will the most. Aside from those like the starting goblins, I think everybody killed those. Those poor guys.
You talking about the ones like as soon as you get to the
Like
grove that are
blighted.
like trying to fight?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? What else you can do? Help them?
Yeah,
They're
you
great.
could,
They're great for XP early on.
Yeah.
you could kill Will right there.
It's true.
I did it once. Just like straight up shot him like 3 times.
He's like, my elder.
I have a problem with I click too much as I'm moving, and I end up like moving something of somebody's,
Oh, and you gotta fight everybody.
and then they're like, "Don't touch my shit."
Then I'm like,
And then I
Screw
do it.
you,
well,
attack.
Well, then I do it intentionally because then I'm like,
Fuck you.
"All right, I'll move it back, you bitch." And so I move it back, and then they're mad, and it's like, "All right, well, fuck, guess we're fighting."
Now we got to fight.
And then I kill everybody, and then I load my
you
last
should
save.
never have come here. Then it's over because they're dead because they attacked the PC.
Yeah,
Like, who does that?
dumbass.
All right, and then speaking of which, the other melee bard, which was an odd choice, but a really good one, it turns out. College of Swords. They massively reworked blade flourishes. All flourishes are new special attacks that consume bardic inspiration instead of additional effects upon hit with ranged variations.
Yeah, that's like every sort of attack augmentation ability in the game.
Yeah.
Some of them that
Like
works good.
Battlemaster
Yeah,
has a bunch of them.
Some of them it doesn't
Ah.
work as good. Where it actually nerfs the actual ability of some of them.
Now, having been playing a Swords Bard, it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
It actually functions really well. Some of the Battlemaster ones are nerfed.
Yeah.
I've tried it out a couple times. Defensive Flourish now gives you a flat +4 to your AC, and only if the attack hits. But it doesn't consume your bardic inspiration if it doesn't hit. So that's really nice. But it's really nice, especially later on when you can hit anything. That +4 is super, super nice. Mobile Flourish. The distance of the push is increased from 5 to 20 feet. Teleports
Quite a bit.
you up to your walking distance towards the target. I don't know what the rest of this is here. Razzmatazz?
Is that who you found this from?
I think so.
Because that looks like a Reddit username.
It's definitely a Reddit username.
Yes, it is. And then, yeah, I think it works really well, especially since pushing people and throwing people off of things is such a key.
Oh, it's such a
Force movement in this game is ridiculous.
It's a key part of the game. It is how you kill half the things in the game.
yeah.
I'll
There
be
was
honest.
one moment in the Grimforge, like whenever you meet the bulls that are trying to get through a hole, that I literally pushed off 3 people. I
There
pushed
is
off,
a detriment to this. If there's nothing for them to land on underneath, you don't get the loot.
Yeah.
yeah, which
But-
the people I was fighting, I was like, I don't give a
Sometimes,
flying
I don't give a
fuck about
fuck.
their loot.
Right.
Yeah, it was literally just I was going for the achievement, but they didn't have anything to land on whenever I did that, so it didn't give me the achievement.
Or the boss is a vampire, and it doesn't matter because they always come back to their coffin. Mm-hmm. Might have done that, Ethan. Whenever just for a tip,
Just for a tip.
yeah, you could do that.
Just toss them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
But
I see what you're saying. He comes back to the coffin, but they're dead.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's regenerating, so you
that
got
works in reverse too. It's also very dangerous, and you're very careful about where you
Yeah.
place yourself.
Yeah,
them
Yeah.
fucking arrows of roaring thunder are sons of bitches.
yeah.
They come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One person positioned themselves to where they could shove Karlak into a bottomless pit, and I had a mini heart attack.
And you're like, everybody kill him.
Yeah. The next time Karlak went, luckily he didn't. He failed. She passed her athletics. I jumped over him.
yeah. And you're like,
Which-
bitch, you go in the hole now.
Which shoving is a bonus action, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Shoving and jumping is a bonus action. Which is
Jumping's so
crazy.
stupid. Which I know that's how we played the game in early access,
Yeah.
was you just jump to get an extra 20 feet of
We
movement.
just jumping everywhere, just hopping around.
Like, I'm going to jump, and now I'm going to run.
Yeah.
Slashing for Flourish now allows you to choose 2 targets for a single attack, which at times is very useful. It's very, very like specific, but there are a lot of times where it does come up.
I can think of where that would be useful. Like having just fought for Isabel to save Isabel
Oh yeah,
with 4 fucking imps around her
Yeah, there's a lot more fights that end up like that where you're outnumbered
by a lot.
10-1 by a bunch of shitty, awful little mobs
Yeah.
that just swarm.
That just have 20 health and you kill them
yeah,
in one hit.
Yeah, swarm your frontliners, and you're like, I need a cleave action right
it's
about now.
not exactly comparable to a lot of other melee casters, but it is, you get full caster along with having some really good melee options and medium armor.
Yeah. But if
Which I actually really like.
It's really nice.
if control spells aren't your thing, it's not really good.
The control spells are really good.
Which is
I'm
kind
saying,
of,
if you don't like control spells and you're like, I like damage, like I like doing boom fireball damage, might not be the class for you because
it's kind of how I have Shadow Hearts set up. Is a full caster with a little bit, like she can do a little bit of melee.
because there's a lot of
medium armor.
good damage spells that just aren't in this game.
Yeah, that's true. But like you could have 2 casters in your team, which
Yeah.
I do suggest having 2 casters. Especially like if you're going to have a cleric and something else. But you could also do a third. Like with this, you could do a third caster who is also a melee expert. So you could do this well while having another person like say have Gale with you and have him throwing out damaging spells, and then have your cleric there to take care of all your burns and bumps and scrapes and stuff.
Bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
Bitch, what are you talking about? Spirit Guardian's spiritual weapon.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what they're
that is
doing.
true.
Beyblade it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's real good.
It's really good.
Real good.
It's like a vacuum cleaner of life force.
So between, I know you said Valor and Swords are basically the same thing.
Well, they feel the same niche as the thing. Like they're the melee bards. It was a weird
Swords' martial capabilities are based on itself.
Yeah.
Valor's martial capabilities are based on buffing other people.
So
There's
you could-
argument for either one being good or better than the other, but if you're wanting to feel more useful, just generally always useful, Swords is usually better.
okay, that was. I mean, you were answering my question before I even asked it. My question
what
was
your
going
question
to be was if you could only pick one, which one would you pick to keep in the game?
I think they should not have had Valor Bard. I like Valor Bard. It's always been good option, especially if you're wanting to be up in melee and helping out with that and wanting to make sure your paladin hits, which is always helpful. But you could also, instead of playing that, you could play War Cleric and get the same effect more often and with more effective spell list.
They got some good spells. Well,
I think that's all I really had for Bard. I don't.
they didn't change a whole lot.
And I don't think none of the characters were bards, even though you can change classes.
There's one.
There's a bard, and if you take the Dark Urge, you can add her to your party.
Yeah,
All for one long rest.
Alfira.
Alfira.
Oh, the tiefling?
Yeah.
Oh, I murdered her.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to murder her. It just happened.
The dirge is like, I must kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even a I must kill. It's a
Yeah.
she's just dead.
Yeah,
Wake up.
Yeah. And they show all the guts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah. I love that game so much. I should be
I
playing
didn't know you
instead.
could recruit her into your party.
Well,
You don't.
It's only in the Dark Urge playthrough.
It's the Dark Urge playthrough. You're like, hey, you should join my party.
Yeah.
Go to my camp, and then you long rest, and then
She's dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
yeah.
But,
There's
yeah,
no excuse for you.
that's okay.
Yeah.
But then it happens, and then it's a spoiler, but it's not, it's like an early.
That's
early,
like
early.
literally.
It's a spoiler, but if you haven't seen it, how have you not seen? If you're
Yeah.
paying
Yeah.
attention to, if you're listening to this podcast, you've obviously paid attention to Baldur's Gate, and Maybe you paid
At
attention
this
to
point,
Baldur's
yeah,
Gate.
we're like 4 episodes past
Except
the
for
Baldur's Gate episode.
Except
so
for
had to.
Logan's gonna listen to the podcast.
I was
and he doesn't know.
being hyperbolic.
Ooh,
All right,
yeah, he hasn't played Baldur's Gate yet.
he will forget this.
He will forget. He's too busy.
It's okay, Logan. You're gonna want to kill her anyway when you have to hear her sing. So
Yeah,
I tried to sing.
the speak with animals. Did you do that? Did you do that?
No.
If you speak with animal, like if you have it on
Yeah.
before you do that, and you talk to her, let her play. There's some squirrels off to the side, and they're sitting there, and they're like, "Make it stop!"
I just played worse than her. I rolled a natural 1.
I didn't play. I didn't have anything to play.
that's
She
like that.
gave me a loot or
She
something.
didn't give me
Yeah,
shit.
she was like, "Here, you want to play?"
Bitch.
You know the lady the tiefling lady that's getting snuck up on by the bugbear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that's
Yeah.
a bitch after you
I-
save her.
Yeah. I always save her and then push her off myself. I can't stop myself.
You
need
have a
help.
problem,
I don't, because I don't kill people in real life.
but I feel like I get the sense that you want to.
It's a step up from what I used to be, which is in every game I was a cannibal. So I didn't just kill people.
Killed him. And
I mean,
yeah, but you know what?
you-
I can justify
It
cannibalism.
was like Fallout 76. I was a cannibal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's a
I can justify that because then you're killing somebody because you're hungry
Yeah.
and you need to eat.
You are
there's
currently
plenty of food in that game.
If you're just killing just to kill, I mean, which one's worse?
you're currently playing a cannibal.
Who?
Lurk,
Lurk.
is a cannibal.
I know. I wasn't for a long time. I'm coming. I'm bringing it back.
I'm circling back around. I'm getting there.
Yeah, starting a trend.
Motherfuckers acting like it's goddamn bell-bottom jeans. It's coming back. I'm making it coming back. What the fuck?
Cannibalism coming to a store near you.
It's making a comeback. It's fine. Get the fuck out of here.
Have you tried cannibalism?
It might be the solution for you.
If not,
Go to cannibalismsaves.com.
if it's not the solution for you, then I'm going to have to kill you and eat you so you don't tell people I'm a cannibal. Shh. I would like to note that I have never in real life eaten or killed anybody.
Well, I would fucking hope so.
That we know of.
That's he brings up a valid point.
That we know of. Who would be around to tell
It's
if you
called
were?
plausible deniability for you. I said I didn't.
I didn't say you did. I just said, who knows?
I didn't say you did. I just questioned the validity of your statement.
Yeah.
FBI, are you listening?
Listen,
They
if
always
I
are.
go missing, we all know who did it.
I wouldn't, Jarrett, I promise you, if I'm going to kill and eat anybody, you're not anywhere near the top of that list.
Me, on the other hand,
That's what a cannibal would say.
that is true.
You're not either.
Get you to let your guard down. Why
I
not?
don't know where either of you have been, so I'm not doing it. I know,
you just insinuate
I know
we had
how Jarrett
worms?
eats, and I know what his farts smell
Yeah,
like.
that's 100% true.
I ain't touching that.
You shouldn't want to eat him.
Yeah, that's like,
Like
a
a-
last resort.
Like a rotting
But that's-
mass of decay inside me.
Just the demon of decay.
It's just the god of shits,
Shits and farts.
just curled up in his stomach right now.
May this fart be particularly nasty. And silent.
And silent.
The D&D table is...
A war zone.
It's between you and Jeremy. Yeah, it usually is.
It was really bad with Tim too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like a competition.
That's exactly what it was.
especially when you have that fan set up that was pointed directly at me.
Yes.
Like you're sitting between me and the fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why am I? I'm leaving. Why am I friends with you?
Because sometimes you got to wade through the shit to get to the good part.
Is
That's
it worth
true.
playing D&D to have somebody fart in your mouth
Some people,
like every Sunday?
some people are into that shit.
Yeah.
Some people pay good money for that, and they wear leather gimp suits while it's happening.
Yeah, some people also like romancing Gale. So
That's true. It just made me so mad that my only options for him were be a complete and total asshole or say something that could be taken sexual.
maybe it wouldn't be if you were a bard. There are a lot a lot of bard options in the game for
Yes,
conversation.
I've seen a lot of.
It's like Barbarian has a whole bunch that are hilarious.
The fucking
Just roaring at people when they ask you a question.
yeah, and if you let if you're a barbarian and you catch the bugbear fucking the ogre, there's a barbarian option that you laugh at him.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you puny.
You know what the bard option is? It's to offer to join.
Is it?
Yeah.
I swear I seen one that was a bard option that was like, sing a song about it, like in that moment. Maybe
There might be if you get to a different part of the conversation, because there's always variety of issue with conversations in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've bullshit long enough on this episode.
There wasn't a lot to cover with Bard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play it in the game, apparently. Who knows? I may go change somebody to a bard.
Play swords if you want melee. If you want another caster, like a squishy caster, play lore. I would not suggest Valor. It's good. I would suggest playing swords. It's a lot more fun.
It's good. There's just better.
That
What my wife tells me all the
20
time.
feet throw is super nice.
All right. Thanks for listening. Use the link in the description to hopefully get me to play D&D.
Yep.
The Patreon is the spot you want to go for that one. I guess you could go anywhere and just send me money. Patreon is the most effective way to do that, though. We appreciate.
Set up a P.O. box.
Yeah.
Any way you can get it.
However,
Stand on the street corner.
fucking Venmo. I'm gonna start a Venmo under Chaotically Nerdy and make it help Tyler play D&D.
Start an OnlyFans.
Don't tempt me.
It's just, you'd show your nips or whatever.
Or whatever. I'm going straight butthole. That's where the money shot is.
That's where the money's at.
I bet someone would want to pay to see that. So.
No, I can guarantee you. No, I don't want to pay. I'd pay to not see it.
Well, some people like that type of stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not into nasty butt, so
No, me neither. All right. Thanks
Having
for
said that,
listening.
yeah,
We
let's
appreciate
go.
you. I almost did it again. I almost skipped the outro again.
what's wrong with you?
I just don't want to quit the podcast, apparently.
You haven't drank enough Powerade today.